Hello and welcome back everyone to episode 3 of season 3 of Let's Talk Dreams. In today's episode, we are interviewing Ninjamicwz, who incidentally happens to be our first ever musical creator on the show. And then of course we'll have our asset portion of the episode, which will have a musical theme. So please could everyone put their hands together, then apart, then together again for our guest Ninjamicwz! Ninjamicwz, welcome to the show.
Hey, Red. How's it going? You're a cool little dude, and I see you all over the place.
Oh, well, us platforming types tend to get around. So, Ninja, you're known around the Dreamiverse and on your Twitch stream as someone who does a lot of freestyle rap and then turns it into music. But what I also found out that was very interesting, we're actually from the days of Little Big Planet. So, do you find yourself quite inspired by Little Big Planet music?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, obviously, my primary influences are 90s and 2000s hip-hop outside of Dreams and outside of Little Big Planet. But hip-hop as a genre is definitely rooted in the cultural melting pot and the idea of refracting whatever you see and hear to make it into something new. One of my favorites in the original game was Song 2 by DJ Crush, and, you know, that was some Wu-Tang style, mental martial arts, ninjutsu stuff, so you know I would love it, and I did. But it actually introduced me to the artist DJ Crush, and I ended up with his entire discography in my rotation for years.
Yeah, there's so much to love about the Little Big Planet soundtrack. So apart from that kind of inspiration, do you tend to draw inspiration from your own life when creating music?
Absolutely, you know, probably more than I'm even aware of, even if it's just subconscious expression or some poetic abstraction of things that are going on in my life at the time, or just things I feel, see, and experience. But you know, I like to leave things open to interpretation, and at the end of the day, it's just mental exercise, poetry. Take what you want from it.
Yeah, I get you. So, circling back to Dreams, is there a creator that stands out to you, maybe one that you would say is your favorite?
You know, I got so much love for everybody who puts their heart into everything they make. And really, it's the heart and soul in it that makes Dreams a compelling indie experience for me. I hate to draw lines or rank anyone, but the Big Pierre comes to mind for me first, and there's just something I love about his world building, his characters, and it just takes me to a place, like an off-kilter, otherworldly place where I just feel like I belong, somewhere I want to be, and that I feel comfortable in.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to have someone for that inspiration that, you know, keeps you going. So, finally, for any of the musical creators out there trying to find their niche, what advice would you give them?
Just be yourself. You know, let your emotions and your feelings guide you. If you start feeling frustrated with what you're working on, or like you're losing the vibe, don't keep beating your head against it. You know, take a break, come back later or another day, and then that way you don't let the negative emotions start to reshape and inform the music and turn it into chaos and noise.
That's pretty good advice. Well, Ninja, thank you so much for coming on the show and being our first musical creator guest. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks again for having me, Red. I look forward to seeing all the places you go next. Seems like you've been through a lot in 2 games. I feel you, man.
I get by. I always do. And a big round of applause for Ninjamicwz. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time for the musical themed assets. Let's go! Coming up first is Sculpted Musical Notes by Piero Gigan at 2% Thermo. With a little imagination, these are perfect for so many things. Thumbnails, musical animation, and is it just me or does a musical note look like a cool weapon? I can actually see these being used in some sort of musical platformer, kinda like Symphony, where maybe you're collecting the notes or using them as power-ups. You'll just have to use your imagination on this one. Up next is Stratocaster Guitar by Greenwich Craft, and coming in at a lovely 7% Thermo. Now, the detail on this guitar is absolutely amazing. I've never owned a guitar myself, can't play the instrument, but this one looks so picturesque to how a guitar actually is. I know that sounds weird, but when you're used to seeing a lot more kind of cartoony assets, it's really nice when you get one of those ones that just kind of looks, you know, perfect. And for the thermo price you're paying for it, it's a bit of a steal. Coming in last, but certainly not least, it's Sound Mixer by Tjo T1. And only 1% thermo and 4% gameplay thermo. There's a lot of musical animations popping up on Dreams of characters playing either instruments or doing certain things. This is kind of perfect for that because it's only 1% thermo, but it still looks really nice. Plus, there's room to kind of maneuver about thermal-wise, and as you can see, it also lights up. However, that is a feature you can turn on and off. And with the assets over, that is time to wrap up this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing on Ninjamicwz and showing you all these amazing assets by amazing creators on Dreams. And I hope to see you next week for our next Dream Game review. Until then everyone, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!